Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all well. So in today's video I'm going to be creating a set with black, pink and this nudie colour, and this is Fantasy from CJP. So I'm using my big boy brush here to place down a bead where I want my smile line to end. I'm tapping that at the end with the end of my brush to create a nice high smile line wall so I can bring my next colour up to it. Once I've finished with that bead, I come in with another bead, creating now the beginning of the apex area, blending that back, making sure I still keep that wall nice and high, making sure none of the acrylic leaks over the side, being in control of my beads at all times. And then third bead at the back to create the apex and to finish the French. And then I obviously felt that my apex wasn't high enough, so I've come in with another bead here, popping that onto the top of the beads that are already down, making sure that the product doesn't leak over, making sure I maintain that nice high wall, using the side of my brush to keep the product on the top. So I'm doing all the work that I'm going to need to file first. So I'm creating everything that's going to need a wall first, because then I can file it and can then carry on with the rest of the set. So here I'm coming in with carbon black from Glitter Bells, dragging that down to create a chevron or a triangle or an arrow, whatever you'd like to call it. Just swiping down the sides there, and I don't really need to create a high wall with this colour because I just want the colour down with this. I'm going to go over it with clear, so I'm not wasting my coloured acrylic. Once I've got that down, I can then use my clear to create the wall. Over onto what would be the pinky, and this is Flamingo Feather from Glitter Bells. Really nice bright pink. I'm just off shot here, which is a bit annoying, but I'm just coming in with wet beads to drag that colour down. Don't need to be building any strength or anything like that with this colour, so I'm using it more like a paint. And then back over to what would be the thumb. I'm going to be doing exactly the same but with the carbon black. I'm just taking both of those colours halfway down the nail to create the top of the nail colour, and then the bottom of the nail is going to be some glitter. I forgot to say that we've got glitter in this set as well. So now I'm going to cap the black triangle with clear, create my strength with this just over the top of the triangle, keeping most of the acrylic on top of that triangle. Try not to let it seep over the sides, and this is creating a nice high wall for my next colour to butt up to. And here we come in with the glitter, and this glitter is stunning, amazing, beautiful glitter. Rose gold, pink, white, multi-cut, dots, I mean, what's not to love? And this is from Nail Perfection XO, and it's called Paris, but the only thing is they're closing down. So if you see this and they're still open, because I run behind with my videos, if you see this and they're still open, grab it. They've got amazing deals on at the moment because they're closing down, which I'm sorry to hear, and I wish them all the luck with anything that they're doing in the future. So I'm just bringing this up now. I've got into my clear acrylic, got a tiny bead of clear acrylic onto my brush, dipped straight into my raw glitter, and then pop that on the nail, nudged it around, and I'm just placing all that glitter where I want it to be. Try not to create any bulk with my clear acrylic, just using it more as a glue, as something for the glitter to stick to. Over onto the ring finger now, and I'm going to be creating a glitter ombre. So again, I've dipped into my clear acrylic, then into my raw glitter, popping down those beads onto the nail, moving that glitter around where I want it, where I feel it should be. Filing those edges on the walls now, making them nice and sharp. So I'm coming in with my 100 grit file, popping the corner of the file into the corner of the wall, filing that nice and straight, keeping my file nice and straight. This video's been sped up, by the way, my hands don't work that fast. Then onto the chevron, and I'm using my file again to get this nice and sharp, concentrating on the end of that chevron, so the pointed area, making sure that that's nice and pointed. Now I'm just popping some clear acrylic at the end of that triangle and popping my glitter down. So you can either place your glitter the way I just did, placing down the clear acrylic first, which I find easier to do in smaller areas, or use your clear acrylic and straight into your glitter, dipping in and placing that straight on the nail, which I find in bigger areas is easier. So now the clear acrylic's acting as a glue. I'm just nudging those pieces into place, trying to create another chevron, if you like, another pointed edge. I don't need to create a wall or anything yet. I'm going to use my clear acrylic to do that, so I'll be capping just that bit of glitter, but I'm going to wait for that to set. So I'll be coming over onto the ring finger to finish off that ombre. My first bead down. It's always a small wet bead, just starting off that ombre, and then the second bead will complete the ombre. And then all I need to do is focus on the back of the nail. So that second bead, I make sure I've brought that down, and then I've got that nice and flush into the nail, blended that into the nail, ready for my last bead. Popping that on, making sure it's flush in the cuticle, and taking just the end of the bead down, so just the top of the bead down, leaving most of that product in the back third. I will be capping this, but I'll be able to cap lower down if I've done that. So now I'm using carbon black to paint the side of this wall. So I'm using this as a paint and just painting the side of the wall. It will create almost like a 3D effect when you put the rest of the glitter on the bottom of the nail. So it just makes sure that there's something against the French, just against that smile line. You can just go straight in with your glitter. I just thought it was nicer to have a colour in that area. And then finishing off the rest of the nail with glitter. Again, dipping into my clear acrylic, then straight into the glitter, onto the nail, nudging it around. I'm leaving the bottom of that nail a little bit clear. I love that glass nail effect. So now I'm capping that glitter on the forefinger, index finger, and that's when I'm going to be creating my wall with my clear acrylic. So for some reason I didn't record me filing that glitter wall, but I have. And now I'm coming in with Fantasy and I'm creating another V. So bringing that in, making sure that I've got a nice sharp point at the bottom. Building up that wall high enough again for another colour to butt up to. And it doesn't matter if you bring your colour over the top of your other work, because I'm going to be filing this anyway. So as you can see there, the Fantasy's gone straight over the glitter, but it doesn't matter because I'll be filing that, so I'll be filing that off. So if it helps to bring the colour over, that's fine, because we're going to be filing. So while I'm waiting for that to set, I'm going to start encapsulating the nails. So I'm coming in here with clear acrylic from CJP called Crystal Glass. I've put my first bead down and I'm just encapsulating that glitter, bringing that down, making sure it's not too thick but there's enough strength there, and making sure that I've really capped that pointed edge. Now come in with my second bead, make sure that that's flush at the back, and then blend that over the first bead that I placed. And then I'll be coming in with my cuticle bead, blending that up into the cuticle, making sure that's flush, and then just swiping over and bringing that over the second bead that was placed. Swiping over, trying to get rid of any imperfections. And then the same again. So place my crystal clear down, blend the back of that bead into the nail, then pull the rest of the bead down towards the tip, making sure I've got enough strength at the tip, it's not too bulky. Second bead, blend that over the first, and blend the back of the bead into the nail. Always blend the back of the bead into the nail. You don't want to create ridges, so blending it helps prevent that. And then come in with my cuticle bead. It doesn't need to be too big because I've placed most of the apex with the colour Fantasy. And then swipe over so all the beads are blended. So then I quickly come in and file this chevron. Should have covered over my work really, because now all that dust will be going in to the nail I just capped. But anyway, that's filed. And then the bottom part of the nail is going to be pink. So this is Flamingo Feather, and I'm just filling in all the negative space with this colour, and then I will cap that colour. Now I'm going to be encapsulating the middle finger, so I don't need to encapsulate the Fantasy area because Fantasy is a strength powder. So I've popped that crystal glass where the end of the smile line starts, and I'm just bringing that down. And as you can see, when you are encapsulating or when you're doing the nails, you need to be holding the nails downwards. So you can see I'm just tipping the nails down, letting gravity help me out with the crystal glass flowing down the nail. So I've made to make sure that I cap those wings as well, so bringing in a little bit more crystal glass here, making sure that I've got enough on there so when I file, I don't file away my colour or my glitter.
And New York women are way too fresh. Too much on your mind, let me ease that stress. I wish you all were mine, it's so selfish. Maybe I'm feeling myself too much, I guess. But to my ladies all across the globe, in small towns that I don't even know, to all local international codes. Whether you see me in streets or catch me at shows, I'm calling. Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. Oh my, yeah, maybe I'm selfish. You're my ladies and I can't. Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. Be with no one, yeah, but me, yeah, baby. And don't be trying to come around my girl acting like Mr. Friendly. It's still the spotlight like Mr. Bentley. I spotted her like Spud McKenzie, and for them fake boobies, I paid them Benjis. Get your own. I got Paris, he got Nikki, he tried to get him a clone. He got extra hoes, and everything you do is extra cold. From the polo fleece to the Jesus piece. I got family in high places like Jesus, niece. Can I please say my piece? If y'all fresh to death, then I'm deceased. And this one here is a heat rock, spit like a beatbox, the way the beat rocks, new version of Pete Rock. But for that Benz, I get CL love, so I switch my girls around like 3L Dub. I'm calling. Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. All mine. Yeah, maybe I'm selfish. You're my ladies, and I can't. Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to myself, I can't help it. Yeah, baby.
And now I've filed with my 100 grit file. I've buffed with my white buffing block, and now it's the best bit, top coat time. So we're going to make them nails pop. Make that glitter become shiny again. I'll leave you to watch this. Just to say that this top coat is from Tracy Lou, Dreamy Gels, no wipe top coat. And these are the finished nails. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate all of your views. Leave me a comment in the comments box, and I've left a few pictures at the end of this video. I hope you like this set. Take care, bye.